Hello everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are commentating here on the wonderful battle courtesy of the BRE. It's their Sunday mass murder event. And you can see all the boys set up. Look at this, don't they look fantastic? Just glorious, glorious looking fellows. All kitted out. Well, some of them are. Jourdain there looking very scout-like, but lacking armour. Oh, who's this fine fellow? There's Gascony. Doesn't he look handsome? Look at that. A winged dragon on his head. That's kind of... that's lovely, but it's, you know... target. It's like, hello, I've got a winged dragon on my head, please shoot arrows at it. You know, you kind of can't help yourself. Anyway, you can see here the boys getting set up. Flags are out. Look at these fellows, don't they look wonderful? And the flag has been captured already, look at that. Look at this, doesn't this look great? Very soon, it's going to turn into a mass melee of epic proportions. You can see, there's quite a few. Quite a few players. 239, 227. So over 400 players. Wow, look at all these fellows. Look at this. So you can see them making their way up onto the hill. Now, obviously, the advantage of the hill means that they have good visibility of the aforementioned castle. Because you can just hear it, it's like ants. Look at it. It's literally like ant farm. Understood. So, they're going to get set up. There is still some murdering occurring out there in the field. And look at this, as we make our way over here onto the far right flank. You can see another army themselves, complete with foot soldiers getting set up. You've got people, archers and people up to foot paddery. You know they're up to no good when they've got a cloak on, a cowl and just stuff. Oh goodness me, flying cavalry. Here, the Armand Aquitaine, complete with eagle on bonds. So doesn't that look great? Not sure why the tone of their claws, the tone of their hooves seem rather treble, intense on the treble side it sounds. So it's almost like they got tap shoes on. But anyway, look at this. In come another charge. Line troops making their way, and look at this. They're going into a line formation to try and essentially hold off the objects that are being thrown at them quite significantly, and they're forcing them to pull back, and they're in danger of being enveloped. This is the problem they've got now. You can see they're in process of being enveloped, and this is going to be a problem. Jesus Christ, look at this. This is just amazing. Just looks so good. This is what you want Bannerlord to be about. This kind of mass, not confusion, just oh, it's just silly, but it's wonderful. It's great. Look at this. And the kill feed just going, yeah. Oh, okay. Would I like to proceed? Yes, I would. Okay, well, we're back now. Cavalry. There he is, Lewin Le Corps. Complete with what looks like a rat or something on his head. Won't even ask. Oh, fine sabre work and pole work. Because it's all about the pole. It's all about the pole. So, we'll leave these guys to get on. And we'll go and check on the server to see what these fellows are up to. Oh, there we go. Members of the host team taking javelins and all sorts of other shenanigans at them. And there's Henry and his team looking to provide some fire support Look at that fire coming in. And now these boys are trying to pull back. You can see Josh A there trying to defend himself with a sword on his back. Trying to just slow them down a little bit, you know, just to sort of make sure that his boys get back far enough so that they can get to a safer position to lay down the suppressing fire, courtesy of plenty of arrows. Because the world needs more arrows in it, clearly. As this gentleman here proves. Madeleine from BRE. So, into the ruins of the castle. Let's have a look at the castle. So, yeah, sort of the main keep reasonably okay. One side of it in a state of demolish and ruin. All cavalry's coming out to do some damage. Look at this. Coming out and murdering the stragglers. Oh, look at that. Why has he got safety tape on his pole? I swear he has. Yeah, I mean, that's like the black and white tape that they wrap around, you know, danger when wet floors and all that kind of stuff. So, Mallory de Mouchillon is obviously very safety conscious. He's got to be with a great winged helmet like that and a large pole to skewer people with. And you can see some of these guys going in is Conrad, complete with spear and shield. And the murdering continues. Oh, lovely stab by Conrad. As these guys being circled by the ever decreasing numbers of the cavalry. There's Radon from IPL. Doesn't he look handsome? Look at that. Fine leopard skin covering him. Oh, what's going on over here? Victor looked to be hunting him down. Going to try and poleaxe him as quickly as he can. So it looks like the cavalry has been successful in paring down the numbers here in the main field. Albeit a horse assassination occurring. Unlicensed horses are not permitted. See what I mean? Just horse cruelty. Horse cruelty at its worst. So, here's Bran and his friends. Edric Solo 351. And these guys holding up the standard. Is he still going around? He is too. Radon literally determined, and down he goes. This could be it for Radon. He's about to get set upon and diddled in the worst possible way imaginable. Oh, there we go. The diddling is complete. And there you have it. Another win on the board for Brittany. So, like Assassin's Creed, we're perched on the top of the castle. Looking around, as you can see, obviously, village hamlets. With windmills over there for grinding wheat into flour. Horses, obviously, coming up through the central entrance. Or actually, I suppose you call it a side entrance, but it's just a meandering pathway up to the main keep entrance. Let's have a look over here. So this is obviously where some of it is in disarray because of previous damage. But generally speaking, with the exception of the rear here, they have rebuilt it quite well. So you can see that they've lost part of these walls here as a result of a recent siege. And so they have basically been very studious in rebuilding it, complete with reinforcements, so that they can still defend the main keep. And there we go. Flag B has been captured. Look at that. Fioma de Bagnac, or Banak, 10 kills, 0 deaths. And IPL, eyes on, 10 kills, 2 deaths. Not bad. So, cavalry's out and about. The line troops are getting set up. Look at this. Look at all these just javelins coming in. No, don't turn your back. You're going to get a javelin in your back. This is so reminiscent of the phalanxes of the old days, the likes of the Spartans. The cavalry roaming around the side to try and offer a little bit of support from the side. But look. And there we go. In come the line troops now to try and push the advantage. Likes of these fellows here. Honorius Yagul. There's Gerard. Thibaut. Well, no kidding. So you can see now they're responding. The archers are firing over the top of the line troops. And now the line troops are pushing the line forward. With the archers just behind them. And you can see them trying to split up. Whoops, make a decision which way you're going to go. More archers. And here you go, the line troops. Into the main defensive position. Now look at this. Oh, very sneaky coming in here. Almo, the polearm troops. The spearmen. Coming round on the side and literally trying to do a number on the enemy. There's Ed from Almo. This is a wonderful flanking position we're watching here. Look at this. Oh dear, it's just bloody glorious. It really is. It's just wonderful. Lots of men shouting, "Arr!" You can see more defensive positions. Ah, Polesi. 1-5 Polesi. Oh, correction. He's now down for the count. The hunter from BDCT. Doing as the name suggests. Looking for... Oh my goodness, yes, run away, run away. Oh no, they look friendly, they look friendly. Into the breach, ladies and gentlemen, into the breach. Shimura from CI. Coming in with the mace there, doing lovely work with the mace. Just under the shadow of the windmill. The Battle of the Windmill. What we're watching right now. And there's a little bit of horsey work. Game Stormer from the host team. Looking to do some damage with a mace. Oh, gets boinked on the head. Right on the tin pot. He's got to watch his back. There we go. In goes the mace from Game Stormer. He's looking a bit bloody. Oh, and now he's looking very flat. But he's recovered. And he's going in and murdering. Now he's going to need to wash his helmet, if you pardon the expression. Yeah. Seems to spend a lot on his face, but you know. There we go, now he's permanently on his face. Never mind, poor Game Stormer. As the cavalry continues to push in. Trying to clear up. There's Hubo de Gascony. Noble of choice. Coming in with a bit of a slice and a dice, and Hubold is down. Hubold is finished. A sword across the underneath of his helmet, and it's all over for him. There's Reven from IPL. That nasty axe off the side. Very brutal. And it looks like the line troops are starting to sort of rally a little bit, maybe. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But these guys are being forced to the floor by the rampaging cavalry. Oh, correction. Somebody's not rampaging anymore. He's about to get rampaged in the face with a spear, which is exactly what happened. And here is Corentin Miruk. Looking for a horse, maybe? Who's the last man? He's about to have a very bad day. Whoops-a-daisy. It's Reven. The axe. Now has literally... Oh... Nobody after him as he's just murdered everybody. Or been murdered, I should say. So, there we go. On to the next round. Look at this. The daunting nature of these walls. Arrow slits, murder holes. The big gate. Defensive positions they can fire down upon. While being protected. Stairwells down into the tower. One of these positions. Well, no, okay, we can't go in there, can we not? No, we can't. So looking down here onto the field of battle. So you can see that most of it has sort of progressed to a battle around the windmill. So clearly there's a lot of envy. There's some windmill envy going on here in this battle. As the enemy troops feel the need to attack the windmill. And the defenders seem resolute to make sure that the windmill does not fall into enemy hands. Here come some of the windmill defenders. Who's leading it? There's Toto from KOH. Look at that. Look at that crown on his bonce. Otherwise known as a spear magnet. There's Blairon from KOH. These fine spear troops, look at them. You can see another additional lineup here. Courtesy of BDCD. There's Flump. What a great name. All hail the Flump. God of puppies. There's Mitchell as well. Looking nice with the old winged helmet. In are the archers. You can see Ilu here and his teammates standing on the rock, providing a little bit of extra range for them against the appearing enemy. And here they come, Martin and friend, making their way up, trying to find the best route forward. Are they going to go over to the left? They may do. You can see the left is seems quite solid, actually, to be honest. The centre may be the place to push, but they've got to be careful for that reason, because they're all going to charge in. Look, here they come. The defenders of the windmill are now pushing the point, attacking, spreading out their numbers, and crashing the game. Wow. On a roll here. And we have returned on the next round after another unceremonious crash. Apparently the server was okay, it's just the game just crashed. Could be due to the mod, don't know, because I'm running a number of mods here, courtesy of BRE. One obviously is the mod to allow the armor designs, like this fella here. So a shout out to those fine fellows who spend the time to modify the armor. So, Hubold. Imagine the weight of that helmet. Just think about it, having to carry that thing on your shoulders. That's why you don't see a lot of fat people around the Middle Ages. Because they, you know, they got all this armour on. and have it padded underneath. Oh, hello. And then chainmail or scale mail equivalent over the top. And then maybe plate as well. So we're getting regular calisthenic exercise here. And the battles, obviously. You know. If you're not going to survive to a ripe age, then fitness is not really a massive concern. And it's Krim. There's Radolf. Now comes the short sword for a bit of a swing and a ding. Who doesn't enjoy a good swing ding? So I'm thinking we may need to rename this map to Fort Crashington. We'll have to see. Oh, hello you. Tarwajan from our IPL. Supported by Aris, also from IPL. Out with the lance. Brutal nastiness with those lances. Get skewered with one of those, you know you've had a bad day. At the moment, they're just riding their way through the troops. Barging them to the floor. Treating them like the serfs that they are. There's Philippe currently doing his moonwalk. Michael Jackson is on the case. Possibly he's lagged out. There's Gilles Helmore. Coming in for the spear. Oh, correction. Getting barged to the floor. Now he's obviously got a shield on his back to protect himself from any evildoers, footpads, and skullduggery that might occur on the field of battle. As the cavalry continues to circle. There's Gadul from the BRE looking for... Oh, goodness me, his horse is turning into a hedgehog. That's not good for the horse. Oh, fine swing, sir. Not such a good crash, but never mind. Anyway. Have a look over here. We got a couple of people caught up in a fight. There's Aaron Tyr. Managed to survive. Picks up a shield to give himself a bit of extra cover. And commits Grand Theft Horsey. There's Ison. Trying to defend himself from Armand of Aquitaine. Look at that helmet. How does he not take off with that helmet? Is that the equivalent of having a massive spoiler on the back of your car? It's distinctly possible. But, you know, at the moment they're just spear magnets. Straight through the swamp. And out the other side. No respecter of trees. That's one thing you do see a lot in these kind of eras. Definite arboreal terrorism is occurring. No respect of property. Oh heavens. Making their way through his Silas from BRE. And they look to defend themselves. Now this is interesting. They're up on a rock. So they can defend themselves from this position quite well. It means that the cavalry are going to have trouble getting up there. They can just stay there and be as spiky as possible. And look at this, the amount of flags that are being held. And there you have it. Brittany have won another round. And we return on the next round. You can hear the sound of hooves, the sound of footsteps on the ground, making their way over to the windmill. Which, considering they seem to be fighting for the windmill a lot, I have to say I'm not impressed with its state of repair. Clearly it's run down, so I'm not sure how much value can be achieved from defending a windmill that isn't actually technically working. Maybe there's some kind of secret source in there that we don't know about. See, millstones. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, the murdering begins. Oh, goodness me, look at this cavalry again. Making their way over. IPL Mar. And they look handsome. Look at these fellows. Armoured horses. Then flag C, well and truly collected. Look at that. Oi. So they've most definitely collected that. So they're making sure that they hold that flag. Over here, additional forces. Grand Sir. Leo Dagon. Who's in here? There's Thibaut, or Thibaut. And Thibault, or Thibault. Well, that's not very polite, is it? But it is war, I suppose. Look at these spearmen. Or glavemen, I suppose you could say. Folger and friends. Holding the standard is Jacques. And now it's the quiet before the storm. Supported by poor Alexandre. He's been bullied. There we go. He's been completely bullied. Poor Alexandre. Never mind. You can see archers onto the hills, onto the rocks, firing into the foot troops who are now looking to make their way up the hill. And they're about to make their way back down the hill again. It's like Jack and Jill. So, mind you, you have to say there's not a lot of armed men in the Jack and Jill story. Just a hill. But never mind. The flag. Coming under a bit of pressure. The mace of the flag holder. Doing the damage. There's Leon. Trying to defend himself from everybody who seems to be attacking him. I don't think there's a single person that isn't swinging a sword at him. As indeed sadly proves to be the point for him. SVCI, there's Azines. One of those nice long swords. And he's using this to chop his way through the enemy. And now you can see more troops coming down from the hills. From the hills! What's going on here? Game Stormer picking up a flag. In comes the cavalry. Opportunistic gets to a man. It's Tarwon from IPL. Down goes the... Oh, crikey. Down goes the spear for the murdering. Gotta pick and choose your target. Oh dear. Oh no. It's gonna turn out badly for Tarwons. Oh, but he's managed to do some Grand Theft Horsey. He's managed to recover. The battle continues here. Nearby the swamp. These guys being forced to the ground. Fighting as Ekiwav. Iquav, I should say, from Rogo. Doing his best to try and survive. And another, whoa, a win for the coalition. Wow. And we return for the next round. The thundering of hooves and feet can be heard in the background. And here you can see look at these guys. It's just when you think about it, just the sheer mechanics of the fact that every single one you see here is an actual person playing on their computer all over the world.
Sorry. Move. Sorry. I need help.
Let's see. The commanding officer wandering back and forth, making sure that everybody stays on their on the case, stays focused on the plan as these boys make their way over towards the windmill. The line troops from the opposing army are now lining up by the windmill, ready to take the onslaught of many spears, javelins, broken crockery, arrows, you name it, harsh language, rotten baked goods, mouldy fruit, you name it. So some of them in there getting a little bit antsy, but they're waiting. Well, precisely. Now look at this. The cavalry wandering around the left-hand side here. Oh dear. Just got unceremoniously murdered. As opposed to being ceremoniously murdered. So here you can see some of the line troops here from the BRE making their way over. There's Momo. And there's Leo Dagon. Here we go, they're pushing up now. Trying to stage it as best they can. As the archers and the spearmen are looking as spiky as possible. And there we go, they're charging forward. And they've broken somewhat to engage the enemy. So the spear wall has lost some of its cohesion. And you can see now, around the side here, they're starting to try and envelop this left-hand side of the defences. And it's all kicking off in the centre, underneath the windmill. Just massive amounts of murder. Through the centre. Oh, there's Duralian, yep. Sadly, no longer present. Eon from BRE, in with the mace, looking for an opportunistic attempt to bash someone's head in. Reduce them to mush. Gotta look and choose, pick and choose for the right enemy. Doesn't have that spiky mace, but it'll still do some damage if it hits you. Definitely a better alternative than harsh language. Here's Crespin, looking to defend. Let's see. The windmill still continues to be the centre of fighting activity. And I think this looks like the attackers are starting to get an advantage in numbers over the defenders. The cavalry. Oh, crikey, blimey. Reno gets taken down. Loses his horse. Comes out swinging with the axe. Defending himself. Fine axe swinging coming in from Reno. He's going to do some damage with the axe. Well, precisely. So they're going to get reformed. More cavalry. And there you have it, another win on the board for Brittany. Crikey, blimey. And we have returned on the next round. Under the watchful gaze of the windmill and associated buildings. State of disrepair much, but you know. I mean, you know, maintenance, is it that hard? I mean, this obviously is going to be a major problem. Having to get this massive beam back in. Gonna have to winch it in there somehow. Maybe winch it up from something constructed on the top here to straighten it up and then slide it back in. So that they can essentially rebuild the windmill and get it operating again. Rebuild the walls around it. Rebuild the buildings and so on and so forth. But aside from that, I would say things aren't too bad. The castle seems to be in a relatively okay state of repair. You can see it still has its moments. But defensive positions are still there, making it a difficult thing to assault. The main keep, obviously, plenty of spaces to provide arrow slots, murdering opportunities. All got to be done. And this would be the view that you would see from the castle. Quite intense. So you can see here, the defender's already in position. These fine brave fellows. From Almo, look at their fine stripy shields. And here come the host team as well. Little Yoda. There's Gomerick. There's Game Stormer again. And look at the way they're approaching as these lines. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And now they've paused, waiting, as over on the right flank they start to push up a little bit further, trying to maybe get in range of these spears and javelins that they can then throw. And there we go, a charge is made by the members of the KOH team into the line. They get enveloped by the enemy. That's a dangerous situation for them. But the troops continue to attack. They're charging out of the defensive positions. There's Anton trying to defend himself from VD, which is understandable. Yeah, they were hiding behind that big shield. Oh dear, Master Trollet. He's having a bad day. Yep, he's definitely having a bad day. Looking for that, and down he goes. Permanently. Poor Trolley. Never mind. Over here. On the far right, here comes the cavalry. There's Bill. And this is the, at least the IPL cavalry, maybe? It is Miso the Grey. Look handsome. Fine stabbing work coming in from him. As here we can see Tazakato. You can see they're members of ACE. Or AOE possibly. Oh dear. He's holding the flag, trying to keep the colours safe. Looking for an opportunity to murder. And there's Runner Blade from the VSC host. Trying to defend himself. Gets overrun by the line troops. Bit of Grand Theft Horsey waiting to happen. Perhaps not. Horror indeed. Who's this man? There's Fine. There's Vino from IPL. His ostrich feathers on top, defending himself bravely. Look at this. Barge to the floor. Poor Vino, what an end. He was fighting very hard. Random Horsey. Hello, Random Horsey. Hello. Oh, Random Horse assassination. They want to be able to deny any kind of horsiness to the enemy. So they have to assassinate all the horses. But there was a story of, I think, a Battle of Cressy. That the archers, the British archers, the longbowmen, so much power for the longbow that an arrow went through the armor of one of the knights, through his leg and into the flank of the horse. Kind of scary. And this indeed is the last round. Currently 7-1. Oh boy, oh goodness me. Oh, getting old. Right, anyway. So, let's see. So we're waiting for what is the inevitable defenders of the windmill. God, I could spend all day just doing lovely camera moves. I love doing this kind of stuff. See, for me, spec mode is part of the battle for making a game look good. The best thing to have is the lights that you have with the old Counter-Strike and Battlefield 2, which is the battle recorder. So it records a launch of the BRE Siege server with six custom maps made by their modders. No mods required. Nice. Very sexy. And speaking of sexy, here is our mole with the boys in their tap shoes, making their way forward, speeding up, ready to attack the windmill from behind. Oh hello, it started already. Into the forces before they even get there. That's brutal stuff going on. As there's Karanas from CI making his way up, looking for an opportunity for murdering. There's Ilu in with the archering. So, you can see here the forces, interesting, having been engaged by the cavalry, are now in danger of being outflanked by these sneaky buggers. Look at this. Here we are, CI, getting set up with members of VSC. Look at that. Oh god, look at that. That's glorious. Trying to form a shield wall, it's difficult, but it's still pretty impressive. There we go. In comes the cavalry getting involved. But you can see now they're starting to push back at the same time as these troops are moving in to attack the windmill. As these guys trying to look as spiky as they possibly can. Archers getting up close and personal. Never going to go well for an archer, especially in this environment. But they may be on a winner. We'll have to wait and see. There's Josh A. helping out. And the archers coming in doing a brutal amount of damage. To the point where they have to counter archer. Oh, look at that. Arrow sticking out of his elbow. So now they're going to need counter archers to try and deal with the amount of firepower that's coming in. Oh dear. Look at this. This is just brutal. Here's Drizznek. Archery. And arrows fly over the top. As murdering around the windmill continues. Cavalry floating around the area. The line troops fighting for survival. The cavalry barging men to the floor. Thamer de Banak. With an almighty great chopper. Look at that nice halo on his helmet there. That axe is really giving him a lot of swing. Nice long axe. Oh, he's got to be careful. Could come a cropper if he manages to get stopped. Could have his horse speared. Here's Freagle. Make our way up to the windmill, still being attacked and defended by all the line troops. There's 14. Trying to do a little bit of anti-cavalry fun and games. Looking to regroup. Got to identify the enemy if you possibly can. Oh dear. 14 coming under pressure, pops out the sword. Fight to the death. Or until the most injured. Oh, it's not looking good. 14's taken out. From multiple directions, poor lad. And another one, and there you have it. GG's, everybody. GG's. Welcome and thank you for that. I hope you enjoyed this battle, courtesy of the BRE clan and everybody who enjoyed it and got involved. So here at Fort Crashington, which I think we may have to call it. Based on that, we'll wait and see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. You are, of course, welcome to watch any more on the channel. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the battle, and we can bring you more. We'll see you next time.